Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and I've got another great project for you today. Last week, I did a really neat package using the Stitch Triangles dies. It was this Peppermint Kisses one. Well, I liked this idea so much that now I've got another idea for you today. And this time we're using the Sugar Cookie Kisses Kisses from Hershey's Kisses. They came out with this new flavor this year. At least I think it came out this year. It's a Cookie Kiss flavor. It's white chocolate with little kind of cookie bits in it. I don't know if you've tried them yet, but really you could put whatever Kisses flavor you wanted in here. But I thought since it was cookies, and the little greeting on here, I'm using "You're the icing to my gingerbread." I thought that would be a really cute matchup. And the two different boxes, so this will give you more use out of your Stitch Triangles dies. So you've got this box that's about 5.5 inches tall, the Peppermint Kisses one. And this box here holds about 12 Hershey's Kisses. And this one, the new one, is 4.5 inches tall, and it holds about 20 kisses. So you got two different sizes to work with. So I hope you will enjoy that. Slightly different way to make them, different dimensions. So you'll want to get the dimensions. My project sheet, which will come out tomorrow, will list the new dimensions, and I've got a new diagram for you. And so those will, if you're on my email list, that will be mailed out on Saturday. And if you're not already on my email list, you can get on it by looking down below in the description of the video. There is a link, and all you have to do is join. And on Saturdays, I send out project sheets for my Friday project. And my Friday projects are usually either a fancy fold card or a new type of treat holder gift box, a 3D sort of paper crafted item. Good morning, everyone. I will talk to you afterwards because, as you know, I get distracted when I start reading comments, and I need to make sure that I am focused on the project first. So without further ado, let's switch over to my other camera, and I tested it out this morning, so it should work. All right. So I don't know if you can see that. You can see maybe the boxes side by side and the height difference a little bit better. Let me line those up. So they're very similar in terms of the triangular shape, but they look kind of nice together too. So you could probably make, if you wanted to make, more than one, you could have the different sizes, and they look really cool. You don't necessarily have to cut a window into these boxes. That's just kind of what makes it special, but you don't have to. It can also be, you can just do the boxes without that. And so that would be kind of like a fun thing as well. But I really like the window. I think it makes it look really kind of professional and special. And look at this cute little gingerbread cookie detail, and I'll show you at the end how to make that. All right, let's talk about the products. So this time, instead of using the Candy Canes background stamp, I'm using this Gingerbread and Peppermint Designer Series paper, and it's got all sorts of different gingerbread, peppermint, different shapes in it. Reds, greens, browns, very traditional Christmas colors. And this comes in a 6x6 pack, so this makes it really easy to decorate things. I also, when I was deciding how large to make this, I made it so that you could get two sets of triangles out of a 6x6 sheet. I could have gone a little larger, but then you would have only got one set out. So you have a set for the front and for the back, or if you don't want to decorate at the back, you could get 4 sets of triangles for 4 different boxes out of one sheet of this designer series paper. Or if you want to decorate with the back panels as well, then you're going to need an extra, then you're going to only get 2 out of each 6x6 sheet. But isn't this cute? Like even the back of the box looks cute because you can see the kisses in there. And these kisses are super cute. They've got nice little designs on them, little Christmas designs. So they kind of are festive as well. Okay, let's talk about the triangles real quick here. Aside for a moment. So last week I was using these tall, skinny triangles, and this week we're using, I don't even remember what these are called. They are triangles that have the sides that are all the same. Maybe a mathy person can tell me what that is. I should have looked it up ahead of time. But we're going to be using these ones right here. All right, let's get started. I like to use a simply scored scoring board because it's just a little bit easier when you're making these boxes, but you can also do these dimensions on a trimmer if you don't have a scoring board. So we're going to start off with a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And we'll start with the 6.5 inch side up at the top, and we'll score at the 2-inch mark and the 5.5 inch mark. Then we'll turn it and want to have this bigger, wider segment right here, the one that I scored at 2 inches. Turn that to the top, okay? We want that one up at the top and the skinnier one at the bottom. And then we're going to score at the 4-inch mark and the 8-inch mark. Then we're going to score 2 more times, but this time we're only going to score part way, and we're going to score at the 2-inch mark. So what you can do is follow down with your finger and put your finger right at that first score line, okay? And then you're just going to score down from the 2-inch mark to your finger, and that's kind of going to stop you right where you need to be. Then we'll go over to the 6-inch mark. Put your finger along the score line, and you're just going to score at the 6-inch mark down to the score line. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to bring up my little diagram. So this is kind of what it looks like on there. I will show you the diagram in a minute in relationship to this, so that so you can see a little better. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a pierce mat or something soft that you can score on, because we're going to freehand score. It's nice to have a ruler. I like to use, this is like a quilting ruler. It's a little thicker. Omni Grip makes it. And we're going to score, I don't know if you can see that. See these 4 boxes right here? In the center here, we're going to score out and score out. I'll show you this diagram right here, and that might help a little bit with what we're doing. Let me turn it around so it's facing in the same direction. So we're just going to line up your ruler and then just score along the ruler to make that a line. It's like a diagonal line, okay? And then we'll do it again. It just makes that nice little line to fold on. And then we'll do that right here again. And right here. And this time, last week I made a little boo-boo, but we fixed it. So that is what it looks like when you're finished scoring. We'll set all of these things aside. And I'm just trying to follow along on my instructions, so I'm following along and doing it the correct way. Last week's was going to be just a little bit different order than this week's. So this middle score line, originally this is the one that you scored at the 4-inch mark. We're going to fold this piece in half along that score line. And that's the only fold we're going to do right now, because we're going to die cut first. So this is what it looks like. The little tab is sticking out here on the side, and then we've got these two pieces lined up. The window we're going to cut is going to cut through both of these pieces just because of the width of this piece, that it just needed to be that way. We need to cut through both of them on the machine. So let me grab my die cut machine and show you how to do that. All right, so die cutting, base platform number 1, thin die adapter number 2. We'll need 1 cutting plate, a number 3 clear plate, and then you're going to put your piece down here. And where do my triangles go? Here they are. So these triangles have, I'm trying to think if, just want to grab, am I missing one? I think I'm missing one. Yes, I am. Good thing that I checked, because I want, there's this many actually. We want the 3rd largest triangle on this grouping that we're going to use for the window. And we'll just line it up right here with this middle triangle. And I'm going to take a little piece of this Post-it note tape. I shared it with you last week. Let me go grab my packaging. I have a leftover piece right here. So this is what it is. It's Post-it labeling and cover-up tape. The other thing you could do is just take a Post-it note and cut off the sticky part of it, and that works well as well. I used that for a long time, but now I finally got this because I just found it kind of, I was cutting up too many Post-it notes, so I thought it would be less waste to just get this tape. So this is handy because now I know my die isn't going to move. Even if it's kind of up like that, it's stuck where it's supposed to be. And then I can take my second plate and put it on top, and then we're just going to run this through. And if you find different die cutting machines are tighter or looser, so you'll have to see how well this cuts through 2 pieces of cardstock. So the one way you can tell is just start to push it out, and if it's coming out, great. And if you find it is not die cut all the way through, just pop it back on your machine and run it back through one more time. It should only take 2 passes at most. And so I'm just going to peel that off. You can use those triangles for a different project. And then just carefully peel this tape off. And then I set it aside and I can reuse it a few more times. So it's going to cut those windows right through. So now we've got 2 windows. And then you're going to take the largest die, and that's what you're going to be using to cut the window sheet with. So I'll do one of them for you. And I've already cut 2 previous triangles out of this sheet. It's really hard to see window sheet on camera, but it's there, trust me. And that's what's going to keep your kisses from coming out of the box. So just go ahead and cut triangle. And since we're going to be doing covering up 2 sides, you need 2 of these, so make sure you cut 2. All right, I think I've cut everything for now. All right, so let's bring our little piece back in, and now following along my instructions. All right, let's grab our paper trimmer. And one of the reasons I really love this paper trimmer is we can cut on here and it will make your cuts really straight. You can also cut the same thing with scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is on the skinny tab end, we're going to cut away these rectangles. So I'm going to line this up along the score line. You can see it very clearly here. You might not be able to see it on my camera very well, but I'm just going to cut along that first score line. It's just part way up, okay? Then I'm going to lift this up and come down to the end here and also cut this one. So those two pieces are cut. Then I'm going to cut in between all of these boxes, these 2-inch boxes down here at the bottom. So just, I'm lifting this up so I'm not cutting through here. So from that first score line out to the end, okay? And then we'll come along here. And this one we're going to cut all the way to the end. And then we're also going to cut this little piece up here at the top. Okay. So on this one, we've cut here and we've cut here. And then one more. And I'm not even looking at my measurements here. I'm just lining up everything with the score line. And then just this little cut. So if you find it easier, you can do these cuts with scissors instead, but I like the nice straight way that a trimmer will cut everything. Okay, so then we need to cut these away. So just going to cut this one along the score line. Okay, so it looks like that. And then this one, I need to match up. This angle right here needs to match up right here. So I'm just going to kind of look at how this angle is coming down, and I'm going to just match it up, because otherwise when we fold it and glue it, there's going to be cardstock bulk there that you don't want. So that's what it looks like. And here is kind of the diagram that I'm going to give you so that you can kind of see where you need to do all of your cutting and scoring and what your piece should look like. Let's grab the greeting, because this is kind of key to do this while everything is flat. Otherwise, you'd probably need to cut out your greeting because it would be too hard to stamp it once this box is assembled. So I'm going to use cinnamon cider ink. This ink is lovely. And this greeting, you're the icing to my gingerbread. And I want this greeting pretty close to the side right here. This is the middle. So I want it right here because I'm going to have a cookie tucked in here and some ribbon across here. So that's why my greeting needs to be towards the center. All right, I think we're ready to fold this along the score lines. Okay, I think we can do it. So let's do this first here. Let's do these diagonal lines. So I'm just going to come in here and do this one right here and use your bone folder to smooth down the fold. And then this one right here, as I'm folding, this piece is kind of coming this way. So just kind of keep that in mind. Your pieces are going to kind of need to be lifted as they fold. Okay, so we want this one, if I can show you, to have a mountain fold. This is a mountain and sticks out. So we'll do the same for the other side. You just need to kind of carefully find that line and put that in. And then this one. And fold, fold, fold. And then fold up along here. And if we flip this over, we can take this and just smooth down those folds. And then this little side tab right here, fold that in. And this one, I actually don't fold it too much, but you can fold it up just a little tiny bit. I don't fold it all the way over. When this box is closed, it's kind of, this is going to bulk out a little bit, but it doesn't need to be a super pronounced line. So just got it folded just a little bit. All right, we're ready to put this together. So fold over your little side tab, and now's a good time to check to make sure you got the angle right. So it should be able to fold over nicely, because otherwise it's not going to, it's actually going to match up with this one, but you can match it up with this one because it's the same angle. So I got a good angle on that. So I'll just take some Tombow now and put it on that little tab right up to the top too, because there's just a tiny bit of cardstock to hold on to there. And then fold over this piece, and then we'll smooth this down. Hold it down for a few seconds, because the most tension I think is going to be on that particular spot. All right, so this is the front. So let's glue down the bottom. So I want a nice front. So these two right here are going to be glued down last. So let's take one of the back ones and push it down. And then we'll take some Tombow and go all the way around the square. And then this one comes down. I've got, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Shoot. Okay. We're going to need to glue the windows in there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to, this one has glue on it. I'm going to do, this is going to be tough, but I'll figure it out. We're going to add these windows in after the fact, because you guys might do this too. I sometimes forget the windows, and it is on my project sheet. So what I'm going to do a little tricky thing. So I'm going to take my Stamp and Seal, and this is my silicone craft sheet, and I'm just going to go around this outer edge, and I'm going to go about, I'm not going to go all the way onto the window. I'm just going to kind of go right a little bit off the edge. You can probably see that. So it's not like the full width. I just want to hit it just a little bit. So it's about halfway on. I'm just going to make this sticky on the side. This is how you learn how to do things when you make a mistake. So avoiding the glue that you've already got on here, I'm going to push this in here. And I'm going to line this up, not too elegantly, along my window. And since I just did the outer part, it should work pretty well. There's my little window. Yay! Now let's do it with the other one. The window sheet. I've done this before with shaker cards. I do everything perfectly, and I forget to put the window sheet in. Trust me, a shaker card does not work like that. This silicone craft sheet is great because it's not going to, things are not going to stick to your work surface. And I'm just going to come and just drag it along the edges. So if I had done this properly, I would have added these window sheets while my project was flat. And I would have put the adhesive, I still would have used the craft sheet, but I would have added the adhesive to the cardstock rather than the window sheet. But we're going to do it the reverse way now. So let's find this in here. Let's get this situated. Okay. We can fix this. All right. So if you had glued the bottom together, you could have also done the same thing by accessing the top, but the bottom, if you can catch it while the bottom is still open, you have a lot more space to work with. So my triangles, if you opened up this box and look at it, they wouldn't be exactly straight on this box, but you're not going to notice that because it's clear window sheet, and unless you open it, you won't see that it's my triangles might be a little bit crooked. Okay, so now we're ready to glue the bottom of the box. Let's glue this one down first, and then we're going to do the other back triangle. line it up so that the squares are even, and then we're going to press down afterwards. So come along here and do a square so you get all the edges, and then you can choose either one of those two triangles to go, or squares, flaps to go next. And then this last one, fold it down. Okay. You know the other thing I could have done? I could have added the paper too, which I forgot to do. I am not following my project sheet at all today, so I'll show you how to do it, everything after the fact. Okay, which is good because that might happen to you too, right? So I'm just using the bottom of my bone folder to smooth this down. Okay, so you can see the base of the box, and it looks super cute, just like this, right? But it looks better once you add the paper. It makes it more pronounced, but you can see how this is a cute box on its own. So now let's take some paper and we'll cut it and we'll get it glued. So I've got this cute paper. I'm gonna use a patterned, this type of tight pattern side rather than this busy pattern side, because it's not gonna look too great if you've got, you want the focus to be on the kisses in the center, so you want like kind of a neutral pattern. So what I want to do is I'm going to make myself a little pencil mark. This piece measures 3.5 inches by 3 inches. And we're going to make ourselves, we're going to cut this in half, but I want to designate the triangle. It needs to be our triangle. So 2 of the bottom corners, I'm going to make myself a pencil mark there. And then I'll know that I have to connect it up to the opposite side. So the 3.5 inch side is going to be up at the top when you make the cut. And 3.5, that's 1.5, so 1 3/4 inches. And I'll line this up and I'm going to cut it down the center. And then this little triangle is marked. So I'm going to go to the opposite triangle, right, opposite side. The corner is marked. And then you're going to go and do the opposite side here. The reason you want to do this like this is you don't want to mess up your cutting triangles and your pattern. So this corner right here goes to that corner right there. Press this down and cut it. Okay, so now we have triangles to put on our box. So these ones are going to go right here, and this would have of course been so much easier if I had actually done this while it was flat. So don't make my mistake. And let's put this one over here. And then this one. Okay, so you can reserve these for another box, or you can put this on the opposite side. And since I'm not planning on making another box right away, I'm going to just put them where they need to be. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just open up this box for a moment. You open it up by squeezing on the sides. And I just want to press down on my triangle. I noticed it was a little bit loose, so this won't happen if you glue this ahead of time. I didn't get my fingers all the way in there. Okay, so now they're situated again, and then you want to take some real red sheer ribbon some locking tweezers, and you're just going to wrap some ribbon around here. Grab my scissors and cut off enough so that you can tie a little bow right around here. And the nice thing about this ribbon and where it's placed is you will be able to open your box without taking the ribbon off. So just lock your tweezers down, or call someone from the other room for their finger. And I'm just going to all right, and then you can just angle cut. All right, let's move these to the side. So then the last thing I want to do is to put a little gingerbread cookie on there. And I wanted to see how cute these little guys were. So I actually made a whole bunch of them, one in each of the different shapes. How these are made are with these dies right here. They're called the Gingerbread Dyes. They're part of the Frosted Gingerbread bundle. And when you get both of these together, you can save 10%. And I'm going to use the same colors out of the paper that I used for stamping and the cardstock. So I've got a piece of cinnamon cider and a piece of basic white. And so for this one, you would just cut an outline in the cinnamon cider, and then you cut the detail in basic white. And then that will get you this bell shape, and the same for all of the different ones. So which one should I put on this one? I already did one with the star. Should I put the bell, the ornament, or the snowflake on this one? I want to make it different. Let me know, vote which one you want, and we'll put that one on with a dimensional. And while you're deciding which one I put on, I'm going to fill this with some kisses. So here are the sugar cookie kisses. They're cute. That's what they look like. They've got those little pieces of cookie on the inside. And I think I counted correctly. I think there were about 20 that could fill this little guy. So that's quite a bit of kisses compared to last week. I think we got about 12 kisses in this one. So, you know, a difference in size that you have here. So let's count. Let me open this up. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Let's see if we can fit 2 more in here. 20. Yeah, 20 kisses. So this holds quite a bit more than just the 12 kisses. So that you could make this, the Peppermint Kisses box, you could make it a little shorter too. You could, you know, if you wanted to use the smaller box. So you've got options. Mix and match with the different ones. Okay, I'm going to read. Who wants what? The bell, the bell. I've got 3 bells. Oh, we've got a lot of bells. So, okay. We'll do the bell. So, okay, let's first see how everything lands on here. Okay, so we want to kind of angle it so we can still see the greeting. And I'm going to put a dimensional right in the center of the bell. That's all that I'm going to use to anchor this on here. All right, and then just kind of angle it like that. And there it is. So cute, right? And I used 2 different kinds of paper here just to show you that you can use all the different papers in that paper pack. You don't have to just stick to the one pattern that I started with. You can also use this other paper pack. And then, of course, you've got the Peppermint Kisses one. So you're going to get a lot more use out of your stitch triangles now, because you can use both the tall, skinny ones, and you can use the triangles, which hopefully someone will tell me what the name is. Is it isosceles? I don't know. I'm not confident in that, so you're going to have to tell me what a triangle is with all the three same sides. So yeah, you'll be able to get a lot more use out of your triangles and make these cute little windowed boxes. All right, I am coming over to you guys again. So did you like how I made a bunch of mistakes so that I showed you how to correct them? That was my intention, right? Yeah, I'm bad about forgetting to do things while things are flat. So I'm sure some of you are the same way, right? All right, I have a host code going this month, and it is right here. And if you spend $50 with me this month, you will be getting some glimmer paper. And it's a sampler of paper, 8 sheets, 6x6 paper, and all of the packs will be different. So I'll just spread these out here. This is one of the packs, and it's got different colors of paper in it, and these make great little accents. And if you use the host code this month, I will mail you this in December. And so you can have fun playing with that. I had fun cutting up the glimmer paper. It is so pretty and fun. So that's my gift. And even if you don't spend quite that much, you will still get one of my free with purchase tutorials. And that tutorial is also available if you spend $50. So anytime you place an order, you can get one of my free tutorials, just as long as your order is over $15. Okay, what else do I have to tell you? So the project sheet you guys know about. Make sure you're on my email list if you want that. Oh, and if you like my videos and you like my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I just crossed 20K subscribers a couple weeks ago, and that was just such a wonderful thing. And I appreciate all of you, all of my followers, customers, and teams. So thank you so much for that. All the supplies I used today are on my blog, and actually they're also down below in the description of the video. I have text links down below if you want to just go directly to something, or if you want to see more photos. If you like to see the photos of the supplies and then click on them, then go to my blog. It's the very first link in the description down below, and you'll be able to see everything kind of in a photo manner. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Let's go look at your comments and see if you have any questions. Good morning, Birgit from Germany. I hope you had a great day. You're already later in your day than I am. Good morning, Nancy. Nancy's at work, so maybe you'll watch it afterwards. That's a good idea. Good morning, Ellie. And Carol from Florida. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Karen, my friend. Good morning, Michelle. And she says that she loves these little boxes. Well, thank you. And Karen says, your boxes are going to make my cashiers very happy this season. Aw, that's great. I'm so glad that people are out there making my designs and giving them away. That makes me happy. Karen asks, where did you get the kisses from? Need to get them. So I just found them at my local grocery store. I'm not sure. We have Star Market here. It's the closest grocery store to me. I have had good success getting different kisses at Target and Walmart too. They seem to stock a lot of Christmas candy. But basically for me, I just go to my local grocery store and I stand there in the aisle and I look at all the candy, and people must think I am like super obsessed with candy, because every single time I go in there, I just like, I stare at the candy, I look at it, I'm like, okay, what size is it? What can I do with it? And last time they had a deal like buy 3 bags and or buy 2 bags and get 1 free. So I had to buy 3 bags. And so now I've used the peppermint kisses, or they're called candy cane kisses, the sugar cookie kisses, and I have one more that I haven't used yet that I want to use, hopefully. Still find something to do with these ones. I found these, they have all sorts of flavors this year, but I didn't get all of them. They had these Santa hat kisses, and I want to do a project with those still. So I just haven't designed anything yet, but that was my 3rd bag of kisses. So hopefully they'll be all over the place. This morning I wanted to look up the exact name of the, like, was it sugar cookies or sugar cookie? And I pulled up the ad from Rite Aid because I wasn't in my craft room. And so Rite Aid probably has them. I'm pretty sure you'll find them in more than one location. Okay. Good morning, Carol from Gatineau, Quebec. I've been to Gatineau before in fall, and it was really, really pretty there. Lots of beautiful maple trees and the deciduous trees with leaves. But it was cold there, even in fall. I remember being cold. Canada. Gotta love Canada, but yeah, it's cold for a good chunk of the year. Good morning, Dee. And she loves the boxes too. And she loves my little oops. Well, it's good because, you know, everyone's going to do that at some point. You're going to do something out of order because you think you know what you're doing. And yeah, I could have done that better, but usually there are ways to fix things. And hopefully you don't have to take your whole box apart to fix it, right? Nalita says, really nice. I'm making a couple of them. And Nalita's on my team, and Nalita has to be my fastest stamper, like on our team stamping nights. You know, we do different projects, and a lot of us sit there, and especially me, I sit there and I like, you know, hem and haw over how to put the final project together. And Nalita's like, I'm done. And I'm like, how the heck did she do that so quickly? So I'm sure she's finished her boxes while we're on here. I wish she could show us her box, but that's kind of funny. Good morning, Carol. Good, Anita. Hello, Nita. She says, great save. If you could, if not, you could have glued on top and layered pattern on top and left side white. She said, you're so calm and make it seem so easy. Well, thank you. Yeah, I panicked in my brain for a moment, but I knew things are fixable. And you know what the good thing is we're paper crafters, right? I'm so glad I'm not a surgeon, right? Because I'm like, oh no, I would have forgotten to do something really critical, right? So good thing that I'm just working with paper crafts and I can go back and glue something in and not hurt anyone in the process, right? Okay, let's see. Good morning, Cindy. Oh, and Dee says it is an isosceles triangle. Oh, good. I'm glad, because I thought it was, but then I'm like, I'm second guessing myself. I am sometimes really bad at remembering names. So, okay, an isosceles triangle has the same angles and the same length of sides. And not that that would have helped the majority of us figure out which triangle it is, but that's the one that you want for this project. Karen says, wow, congratulations, 20K is a lot. It is a lot. I'm really astounded that I got to 20K. It makes me really happy. Makes me know that a bunch of people are making my projects, and that makes me really happy. Oh, wait a minute. 3 sides the same is an equilateral triangle? Oh no, Ellie, I've got the wrong name, an equilateral triangle. Okay, I'm also glad that I'm not a math teacher today. Okay, so surgeon is ruled out, math teacher is ruled out. I guess I need to be a paper crafter. Good morning, Terry. Nita says she gets to watch live because she's on vacation in California. Oh, you live on the East Coast too. That's where I am. And Ellie says, congratulations on 20K subscribers. Thank you. Oh, and with inked fingers is the username, says she's in Utah and she's seen the Grinch ones. Yes, there were Grinch ones. And if I could have figured out, I know there's someone that took one of the ornament dies and turned it into a Grinch, but that would have required a lot of paper punch art and stuff. That would have been really cute to do something with the Grinch dies. The Grinch has to be my favorite Christmas cartoon. I don't know. What is your favorite Christmas cartoon? My sister and I, that was our favorite one. We watched it every Christmas. I just, it really speaks to me. Maybe because it has a dog. I love dogs. So that precious little dog, and he's running down the slope, right? And all of a sudden he ends up getting behind, and then he ends up on the sleigh, and he's like all happy, right? And then the Grinch is, like, looks over, and he's like, realizing that he's not supposed to be up on the sleigh, but this dog. Like, no matter what, nothing gets this dog down, right? He's just like kind of goes along with it. The Grinch is this kind of awful, nasty person, but the dog still loves the Grinch. It's awesome story. Probably not the takeaway from the story, but that's what I take away. Crystals and diamonds arrive late. Drat. Well, you'll get to watch the replay, and I'm sorry that you missed the box portion, but I think you'll really like it. Good morning, Tina from Seattle. Good morning, Joe. It has been a long time, Joe. She's still making cards. Oh, well, I'm glad you're still making cards. I'm glad you're being creative, because I think we really need creativity. We need an outlet in our lives, and this is a great thing we do, because these things, they get sent out and they get given to people and they cheer people up, and that's a great thing. So you're doing something good for your soul, and you're doing something happy for someone else at the same time. Thank you, Crystals and Diamonds, for the congratulations on the 20K. So Dee and I, we both will not be able to teach math, because we guessed isosceles triangle, and Ellie gets the award for the math teacher of the day. The equilateral triangle is the correct term for the triangle that you need. And so just look for the one that's all the same angle, same size, and you should be good. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. You really cheer me up when you show up here. And look for the project sheet in your inbox tomorrow. And if you have any questions ever, just please go ahead and ask. I do answer my questions that I see on here, or if you email me, I will definitely get to them. All right, have a great weekend. Oh, and I should just mention, next week I will not be doing a live on Friday. In the US, it's we're coming into Thanksgiving, and so I will not be doing a live on Friday, but I might squeeze an extra video in on Monday or Wednesday if I can, right before Thanksgiving. I have a really cute project designed with the Penguin Builder Punch, but the Penguin Builder Punch right now is still unavailable for purchase, and it's been every week since the beginning of November. It's supposed to be coming back, and it hasn't, so it got pushed back. It's supposed to be back in next week. So if that arrives next week, I will post my video before Thanksgiving. So that will kind of be your 3D tutorial for the week, but it won't be a live. It will just be a posted video. But I know you're going to love it. It's a really cute little thing. And I can't wait for that penguin builder punch to be back in stock, because it's been driving me crazy. It's weird with the little animal punches. They tend to always they always sell out like each year. And it doesn't matter. I think Stampin' Up! Will even order more each time, and they still sell out. So hopefully I'll get that posted next week. Hopefully it will come into stock next week so that I can post it, because there's no point in me torturing you with a cute project that you can't get the supplies for. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will be here on my Facebook Live on Tuesday. I will still do that one, but next Friday I will take Friday off, and I'll be back in 2 weeks for my next Friday project. See you then. Bye-bye.